Hello again, YouTube. It is I, the Infernoble Knight of YouTube. And I'm going over my first place King Piccolo deck that I used at my locals. So, if you're still not familiar with his leader, because he is new this set, when this card attacks, you can add one card from your life to your hand, you draw a card, and you get to play a Demon Clan with energy cost of 2. And then if you're at 4 life or less, or if you have like 3 Demon Clans on board, which hardly ever happens in this meta, for the Awakening, you just restand energy and draw a card. Usually just hit yourself to 4 life and then you awaken. On the back side, same as the front, but when it swings, you get to play up to 1 Piccolo Jr. or Demon Clan, both green and energy cost of 3 or less, with 15k power or less from your hand. And you just save your Namekians or Demon Clans from being killed by an opponent's skill if you remove a Z energy, but that never comes up. We're just going to go into the Z deck. The Z leader. Not the best, not the worst either. Red definitely got the better Z leaders. If your life is at 2 or less and there are 1 or more King Piccolo cards in your drop, choose one or green Piccolo Jr. in your drop. You get to play this on top of your leader. If a King Piccolo is in your Z energy, this card becomes critical with a +5. And permanent, your green Namekian and green Demon Clan cards get +5. That includes leader, so he's already a 20k base leader. If you got KP in your Z energy, it becomes a 25 crit during your turn. Put that over. I decided to play 2 of this guy. You never play it, but the space was there. But it's one of the best Z battle cards in the game right now. When you play this card, place 1 card from your hand at the bottom of your deck. When this card is played, add up the 1 card from your life to your hand and draw a card. And if your leader is the Son Goku BR Z leader, like the promo one, I think, it gets +10 in Double Strike. So we don't care about that permanent. And we hardly care about the auto. It's just there in case, very rare chance that we have no way to get ourselves to 3 or 2 life. And the generic green battle card. Deflect, Double Strike. When this card is played, I pop a battle card my opponent controls, 5k or 5 drop or less. Auto, once per turn, place 1 of your Z energy in its owner's drop. When 1 of your green battle cards with energy cost of 2 or more attacks, your opponent discards 1 card from your hand. And this card came in clutch a couple games. I had a 5-drop Frieza counterplay on board. I swung with it while this was on board, and I had them discard a card. And then I just dumped the hand with Double Strike Champa for game. On to the main deck. We are playing 4 of the Unison, Piccolo Unison. I really like this Unison. +1, draw a card. If you have 1 or more Z energy when you KO, when an opponent's battle card is KO'd, it becomes a 20k for the turn. +1, draw a card. -1, it gets dual attack for the turn. And that helps a lot. This is a really solid Unison. The draw engine of the deck. King Piccolo. Giving everyone the Piccolo. It's a 1-drop barrier, which is great. If you have a Demon Clan on board when you play this card, you draw a card. And limit 1, whenever you play a Demon Clan using a skill, you draw a card. And you can choose to take a card from your life to your hand. There have been plenty of opportunities, and I've done it a couple of times, where I'll bring myself to 3 or 2 life of this skill. And we're going to the Demon Clan stuff for the tambourine. On play, pop a battle card 4 or less. On play, play a green energy. It's a draw card, so you could potentially draw 2 on your turn 2 with this duo. This card is what helps your aggression symbol. I've never used this auto to have my leader become a double strike, but it's there. I just use it for the other one. When this card attacks, choose out the 2 Demon Clan cards in your battle area, and they get +5 for the battle, or for the turn. So you can give himself +5, and all your other, or another Demon Clan +5. So if you have 2 of these on board, you just pump each other up by 5k each time it swings. Super combo of choice is Cyanel. Old-ass super combo from set 4. If your leader is a green Namekian and your life is at 5 or less, you draw a card and the combo power becomes 10k. The best combo card for the deck. Drum. On play. Pop anything on board unless it has barrier. It's a blocker. When this card is played in your drop area from your Z energy, it is removed from the game instead. Activate battle limit 1, combo it from your drop. That's all it does. So it helps with your Z energy, it helps with comboing from grave when you need that extra 5k. It's a blocker that pops something on play that you can play for free off the leader skill. Because we can bring ourselves to 3 life so easily, we can play the Piccolo Jr., Vengeance Reborn. It's a barrier boy. Counterattack limit 1. If your leader is a green King Piccolo or green Piccolo Jr., negate the attack and play this card. And permanent, if your life is 3 or less and you have any of the Demon Clan boys on board, or you have a King Piccolo on board, you can play this card without paying the cost. My favorite card in the entire game, since set 1 Vegeta, Furthering Destruction Champa. You know what it does, combo with it, give something double strike. This card helps with our aggro. You can evolve it for 1 on top of the little King Piccolo, but that hardly ever comes up. Whenever you free play one of your Demon Clans off the leader skill, because that's the only way you can, that I know of, you can pay limit 1, pay a green energy. If you have 2 or more energy and you do that, you play this card from your hand. And then the other limit 1, when this card swings, it restands and gives 2 of your Demon Clans +5 for the turn. So that's really cool with all this. +5 that, and then that swings, give itself another +5, so it's 20 on its swing. And because we play the Piccolo Unison, we're going to play 4 of the Charismatic Frieza. You know what it is, Frieza. Pops anything 7 or less. A really cool green boss monster. Generic AF. If your leader is green, when this card is played, choose one of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and kill it. And it is a double strike barrier 30k. If you're at 3 energy, if your opponent has 3 or more energy, and you pay 2 green energy, and you get rid of a Earthling or Namekian Earthling or Namekian card from your Z energy to the bottom of the deck, you play this card. Cool interaction I've had was playing this card and returning super combo back to the deck, so that way you can have an extra super combo to use later in the game. 2 of the Piccolo that goes with this Goku. It sucks if this card is in your hand and you don't have the Goku out. It's so dead. But we still play 2 because it is good. Auto, when this card swings, your opponent discards 1 and it's dual attack, and it's not once per turn. So you can get rid of 2 cards. Because we spit out so many battle cards on board, we could play the Pan. I've never used her for the counterattack yet. I just used her for the free play to deal an extra bit of damage. My favorite card in the entire deck, besides Furthering Destruction Champa, is Assimilate. This card lets you search for a green or yellow Namekian 2-drop or less. So it can help you search for super combo when you put it back with the Goku. And it can also let you search for King Piccolo because it is a Namekian. Whoa, crazy. It searches our starter. I decided to play 3 Shocking Death Ball instead of Dormant Potential. Because in my opinion, Dormant Potential is a bad card. Doesn't negate the attack, and you're in a format where it's big boys go burr. So you're going to take 2 damage regardless. The Focus Breakthrough, because we hit ourselves to 4 life easily. We can play this card. It hits anything coming in 3 or less. So it hits Riposte. It hits the blue Topo in Gamma. And if you're playing against this, it says 3. It hits some of their stuff, like the Gohan minion or whatever that thing's called. When they have to discard a card each time you swing. So far, this card has been coming in pretty clutch a couple times. And the last 2 are Homicidal Clones. Just, you know what it does. Negate the attack barrier blocker. Or negate the attack token blocker. But yes, that is the deck that I used to take first at my locals. It was a special event. It was best of 1. So we weren't allowed to side or pre-side.